Hey, folks, it's Dave back here in Studio B. And I don't like to usually go back to back, but I am working tomorrow night and then most of the day Friday, and Saturday's going to be crazy until later Saturday night. So I wanted to get these things open so I can maybe try to start using them or put them away or whatever it is I got to do. But anyway, let me show you what I got here on the stream. What are we going to set this up as? How about that? All right, and let's swap this up here. So we have the top over here. Let me increase the power a little bit so we get some more light on the situation. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Well, we have a box here, right? And this box is from 3d6-Gaming. What could it be? So we have, listen to that. We have a few shaking things, and we got some things here, and we got another thing here. So what is it? What is it that Al Wilson has sent to me? Okay, well, let's open the first thing first. We need to do this, right? I've been dying for this. So we're going to go, and this is, so now I finally have just about everything except the soccer. I should have got my knife. Okay, so here it is. It is the hockey version, right? Let's zoom in on this. All righty, so this is the hockey version of Al's games. You know how I have the football and the baseball, and I absolutely love them. So here's the hockey version of this. And I'm probably going to use this if I play shootout, if I can get this open here. If I can play shootout, this is probably what I'm going to use. So, and I will have to create some blue scoreboard names here now because I have the green for the football. So there's the home, and there's the guest, and here's your puck. What goes on? So it shows you who has possession, and then you got your little things here, and you can put these wherever you want. So, you got your clock and your period, and you got your momentum and your submission. I would probably reverse that. Well, should I reverse it or not? I don't know. So you get your momentum and your submission if you were playing Hockey Blast, and you got a few things here. So you got your, I think that's your line skip and things like that. Oh, and then you got the power play. So you got a few things here. My fingers are dry. So there was that, and there was that. So that is that. And of course, you got to have the numbers, right? So these are the blue numbers. Okay, so there's that. And here's your little file cabinet that you get with the blue numbers. All right. So yeah. So there's all my numbers in here, and I will probably separate these. Oh, those are the 8s. Well, we'll make it 8 to 8. It's going to be a good 80s game. So there it is. So there's your numbers, as you do. So there's my hockey scoreboard right here. Again, 3d6-Gaming, and yep. So I got the Hockey Blast scoreboard and the pegs, and so there is that. So thank you, Al, for sending that out to me. And so now I have that. As Barbara and Michael are talking about the Rangers getting a win. Didn't they trade their captain? I don't know what's up with that. But they traded their captain. So that's what it is. This thing is nice. I think I'll be using this for a shootout hockey, I think, when I don't want to play on the helper. I think I'll use it here. And so I can have to print out some more names so I can slide them in here. And I got all my numbers. But yeah, so this will be for shootout and Hockey Blast. I don't have the mat for Hockey Blast, but I might. There's probably going to be some hockey games that I'm going to want to use this for and not maybe use the spreadsheet or something like that. So I have this all set up. Let me put this back. There we go. And that is that. So I'll have to put that away. And I do like how the puck slides back and forth here. It's right on the track. There's a little track here. So the puck fits on the track and it goes back and forth. So, and again, these you can put these anywhere you want, submission and momentum. But that shows you who has possession of the puck, or if it's at center ice. This could actually come in handy if I was just kind of playing an offline game or something too. And I could just say, well, the face-off's in this zone if I wanted to, you know. So anyway, so that is that. So that's the first part of my 3d6 gaming. So let me just slide that over here like that. So that's the first part of that. And let's see what is in here. What is in here? Oh boy. Oh, look at oh wow, look at this. Look at that. So these are the baseball guys, the runners. Okay. And so on the baseball diamond, let me get that. Hang on, let me get the baseball diamond. All right, so on the baseball diamond now, we have different color runners now. Interesting. So let's see what we have here. All righty. So I said, you know, whatever you got, send over and I'll take a look at. So let's see what he's got going on here. So we got, oh, this is interesting. So look at this. So you have, so I was suggesting red runners for fast. So if you were playing Apple, let's say, you get your fast runner, and then you get blue, your slow runner, right? Now they do come with white, so I have the white ones already. So the white ones could be neutral. Okay. Now, what I like what he's done here. So I got plenty of red guys and plenty of blue guys here. But what he's also done is he's got some that are back to back. So he's got the white, but if you flip it over, it's blue. So that's kind of interesting too. So you got white, and then you got the red on the back side. So that's kind of neat. So it looks like I have 2 red and whites, and I get 2 blue and whites. As you can see, they're kind of split colors here, right? Split colors. And then I have, oh no, I have a third blue one too. Okay, so I got that, and then these are solid. So you can see these are just solid red and solid blue. Oh no, I'm sorry, I got 3 and 3. Oh, look at that. I got 3 and 3 for the different base runners. So again, if you were playing Apple, you get your cold runner or your slow runner and your fast. Oh, look at these guys. So some of these guys have like wings and some of them don't. So maybe that's fast runner with the speed, and this is just red. Oh yeah, that's how we can do this. Okay, cool. So you got your 3 fast runners, and then you got your regular reds, okay, and your regular blues. And then I have a whole bunch of colors here too. Ooh. And Michael says active, stoic, and neutral for History Maker Baseball. Okay. That I haven't played a lot of yet, so I'm not sure about that. And Adirondack Gus says he likes the hockey rink. Isn't this nice? It's nice and bright white in the whole bit. And I like having a clock, you know. I don't know if I'd use the red or the blue for the clock, but I would use this to count down. So I had to start with a 20. If I'm playing shootout, that's 19. Up 4 minutes off the clock, and now I got it down over here. So I would use that for shootout and keep my score here if I wanted to play shootout. And maybe Stone Cold Hockey too, is I would use this for a couple of those games. Sometimes I just want to play cards and dice, you know, when you want to get them on the tabletop. So I got my blue and I got my reds. Kind of like that. So a lot of this is for History Maker Baseball. Now, so I have white. Okay, I do have the white ones behind me. I'm not going to dig those out. But if I wanted to, I could use any of these for white. So let's just say, you know, I was playing, you know, Red Sox Yankees. You know, I could have the Red Sox be either red or white, depending if they're home. And then my Yankees could be blue. Let's just say if I was running the Yankees. And he also sent me some other colors. So if I had the Orioles, which I need to play Who are the Orioles playing over there? California Angels. So the Angels are what, red? So I could have, red for the Angels and orange for the Orioles. For my Reds and Pirates games, then I will have red and that. So I'll have my Pirates there. So this is kind of cool here that I got the different colors to work with. Okay, so I got the 3 orange for the Orioles and whoever. Yellow will be obviously for the Pirates. Okay, let me slide these up a little bit more so you can see them all. So we got the regular blues, so that could be, the Royals if I get there. And brown could be Padres, I'm thinking, right? Gray could be any away team, so I'm kind of glad he gave me a gray. I was going to ask him to send me a gray so I could have any team at all with that. And so yeah, so there's that. So I got this could be Yankees too. It's kind of like a blue, if you will. So that's what I got. So I got my two-sided reds and blues. I got some orange. I get red and blue. I got some fast red and blue. And some separate colors here. So green could be who's green? Who's green? Oh, the A's. That could be my A's, right? When I play my A's. Yes. And the splits are for semi-qualities in History Maker Baseball. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, so that's what I got from Al. So I got my numbers. Okay. For my hockey. I got my hockey board here with my periods. And my puck slides around on the board here. And I can keep score. That should be fun. That should make for some fun streams, I would think. And then to go along with my baseball, I got all my little guys now. So I have some different colors of guys. That should get me pretty much every team. Because if I don't have a certain color, if I'm really concerned about it, then gray will be my, my away team. Again, for Toronto, I could go with the blue for Toronto. So this should really cover pretty much any team that I can think of. And in worst case, I just go white for the home team if I want to do that. So yes, so Al, thank you so much for that. Let me put these guys away, and I will put them into my I have a bag with all my little guys in there. So I will put these over here for now, and let's see what else I have to open up for tonight. This is my favorite one here. I saw this come in today, and it was in the pouring rain. I said, oh, yeah. And yes, you could use this ring for anything you wanted to. That's not a bad idea, using that for strat, because I'm planning on playing some strat hockey. So you're exactly right. That's not a bad idea, is to use that for strat. And now I have some different color. I have red and blue pegs now. So if I want that for football or for baseball, whatever I want, I have some different color pegs too. All righty. So let's slide this off to the side. Let's zoom out just a tad here, and let's see what else we have to look at tonight that has come in. So I'm pretty happy with that. Here's my other box that just came in. Now, this is the one that got lost. All right, so this one got lost, and I'm outside. I ran out my underwear to get a package today, the 3d6-Gaming package. So it's on the steps in the pouring rain. So I go out and grab it. I'm walking in, and the mail lady's like, hey, she's honking a horn. And there I am. I seriously, t-shirt and underwear. I'm like, come on, it's raining out. She goes, oh, I got this. I found this. This was delivered the other day. Couldn't find it. And this is from Victor. I told Victor, I says, they lost my package. It's soaked in here. But these are my holders. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, one of my holders busted the other day, and this is perfect. That's what I was going to suggest to Victor, is to add some support. Oh, that ain't going anywhere. Yeah. Yep. I like these new supports that he's put in there. I was going to suggest putting something through here to support it, because I went to put mine away the other day, and it snapped. And now I will not have that problem. These are supported. So if I'm careful with my other ones, they won't break. And these ones here are going to be like a tank. So look at that. So this is from Victor. Again, these are the holders that I've been using for my other baseball games. And let me show you the one that, the older ones. Hang on a second here. So this is the, I don't want to ignore the chat room here. David C., D. Scott coming by. Dave Little, good to see you. Barbara. Michael, my partner in crime, in here as well. And let's see who else is in here in the chat room. Gus and Chris. Chris just got the baseball scoreboard. Nice. Yeah, I love it. I use it all the time when I'm not on the computer. If I'm just playing a cards and dice game, I love it. So this is the one. This actually broke. This is the first one I got, and you can see how it kind of snapped here, and I glued it. So far, it's holding up, okay. But this just compressed, and there's no support. So that, see how that there's no support right there at all. So that snapped in this way. So I glued it, and it's holding up. And I was gonna put like a little V bracket in here and glue it in place to hold it up. But he's solved that problem with the 2.0. You see how they get the supports in there now? So this one, no support, and this one support, so that should not snap. So again, what happened is when I packed it, I pushed this in, and it snapped it. This one will not push in. So Victor, fantastic job. I was going to suggest this, and you beat me to it. So now I have 2 sets of everything. As long as I'm careful with these, they'll work. So these are my card holders that you see me use all the time. I was going to put a card in there. I don't have one handy. So this is the other package I get in today. So I'm pretty happy about this. So Victor, thank you so much. Again, if you need these, you do need these, get a hold of me, and I'll get you his email address. The last thing I got, okay, this is from a listener of the show, and he says, hey, I got Hockey Bones, but I'm not really playing it. Would you be interested in a couple of seasons I got? And I says, well, I have one of them, the other one maybe. And he goes, they're from drive-through cards, and I've never really used them. I just don't like the game. And so I was like, well, I says, it's one season that was on my list that I don't have, and if it'll help you out, then so be it. So these just arrived in the mail the other day. This is a Hockey Bones season. One of the rare ones I don't have. I have pretty much everything but Hockey Bones that drive-through has. So what do I have? Well, I have the season of, and all individual. These are pretty good quality here. 1977-78 is what I have. I'll come in a little tighter here. We'll take a look at them here. So, yep, these are from drive-through. Yep, got the things in the back so you know they're from drive-through. Eddie Johnston. I didn't realize he played in Chicago. He started in St. Louis and went to Chicago. So he was getting up there in age at this point here. Eddie Johnston, the former Bruin. I don't know many of the Blackhawks this year. Pierre Plant. I know Tony Esposito's got to be in here somewhere, right? I always got to look at my Tony Esposito card. Ivan Boldarev is a familiar name that I know. J.P. Bordelot. Ted Bully. Some of these guys I'm not familiar with. Bob Kelly. Cliff Carl. He played forever. Keith Magnuson. All he did is fight. John Marks. Stan Mikita. We all know Stan Mikita. Grant Mulvey. Mike O'Connell. I think he's the GM of the Bruins right now. Pierre Plant. Darcy Rhoda. Always fun. Phil Russell. Savard. Dale Talon. Doug Wilson. There's Tony. There's Tony Esposito right there. So there's Tony. 914 save percentage. He was still good. Way back then, he was still good. Mike Beiser, the other goalie. So that's it. So yeah, so I picked up the 77-78 set. I'm going to assume they're all here as David C comes by. Things are coming by, guys. And 007 does too. So who else do I want to look at in 77-78? Who was the champ? Who was the champ in 77-78? It was the Montreal Canadiens. So they beat the Boston Bruins in 4-2 is what it was. So let's take a look at the champs. Oh, there's another team, Colorado. Oh, I love playing these teams. Yeah, I wonder if I'm on this team. I don't know if I made it there. And Gandalf says, good grab. Yeah, he had a couple of seasons, and I was like, I'll take a look at it here. So let's see if there's anybody here that I recognize. Klassen, maybe. Somebody's Christie. A lot of these guys I only remember because I've played Colorado a few times. John Van Boxman, he was a really good defenseman. Barry Beck was another good defenseman. Gary Crow, too. He was a decent forward. Ron DeLorme. I have his jersey, and I didn't know it, but I have his jersey, number 27. Paul Gardner's on the team. Dave Hudson. Mike Kitchen was decent. Roger Lemelin, not Reggie. Jim McElmurray. He came over from Kansas City, and I think he was one of Kansas City's best defensemen. Wilf Paymont was decent. The Colorado was not a terrible team. And then you got your goalies, Dougie Favell, Bill McKenzie, Bill Olachuk, and Michelle Place. PJ's going to correct me on that. So the thing I love about Hockey Bones is they got everyone. So you can play, the goalies that played 1 or 2 games. So I really like that. Clams and stuff comes by. Bones printed. Yes, this is from Drive-Thru. Oh, I should be on this team. Cleveland. I didn't realize Cleveland was in this. This was the first year for Cleveland, right? Or was it 76? Let's see. So here's the Barons. And no, 76 was the first season for Cleveland. And 77, 78 was their second. So this is the second season, if you will, for Cleveland. These are the former SEALs, Parisi, Walt McKechnie. I met him. Love Walt McKechnie. He just wouldn't stop. He had all these stories to tell. It was great. Fiddler. There I am. I knew I was on this team. so here I am. Rick Hampton, another SEAL. Al McAdam was a decent SEAL. Mannery. Dennis Marouk. He was a penalty guy. A lot of penalties. One of these guys I'm not real familiar with. Greg Smith. Stewie. And here are the goalies. Edwards and Maloche. And that's your Cleveland Barons. All right, one last thing we'll take a look at here. We'll take a look at the Canadians, and then we'll wrap it up. I didn't mean that. We had a long chat with Clay Dresslock tonight from Season Ticket Football. That was a fun chat, talking about one of my favorite games. And let's see. Oh, we had the Atlanta Flames. They were still playing, so the Atlanta Flames are still here. There's Montreal. We'll take a look at the Stanley Cup champions. All righty. Maybe the Bruins before we go home. All right, so that's Montreal. And this is their assist card. And what this is that if you want to get the assist, it tells you how many assists by rolling the dice on here. It's optional. So LaRouche, Tremblay, Wilson, Bouchard, Chartra, Yvonne Conway, Brian Ingram, Gainey, Rajon Uhl. I'm not sure about Hughes. Dougie Jarvis, Guy Lafleur, Yvonne Lambert, Guy Lapointe, Jacques Lemaire. I mean, the list goes on. Pierre Mondu, Billy Nyrup, Polish, Dougie Risebrow is good. Larry. You just got to love Larry Robinson. Even when he played on the Canadians, I loved him. I think he went to the Kings for a while, but I loved Larry Robinson. Even when he was in Montreal, just loved that guy. Shutt, and then, of course, Kenny Dryden and LaRock. So that is that. And Joshua, good to see him with some bones. Yes, a listener of the show contacted me and said he had a couple of seasons that he just didn't think he was going to play. He ordered from Drive-Thru. He just, for some reason, it just wasn't the game for him. And I says, I do. The other season he had, this one I didn't have. And I says, okay. He gave me a fair price, and I said, okay. I says, sure, I'll pick up some bones. So let's see what we got going on here. All right, last team I'll look at. So we have the Boston Bruins here, 77-78. Team that broke my heart more than once. Dennis O'Brien, Johnny Busick. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, Wayne Cashman. I met Wayne Cashman. Cashman's a funny guy. He, the story about Cashman, how he got arrested in the 70s and they put him in jail, and he called up the Chinese place and had him deliver Chinese to all the police at the station. Mike Forbes, Dwight Foster. He was a scrapper. There's probably penalties all over his card. Yeah, X. I think X is penalty. He's got 4 or 5 of them. Don't remember Hagman, but he had 4 goals. Doug Harwood, I kind of remember. He had no goals. Stan Jonathan. Yep. Don't remember Steve Langdon. 1 shot on goal, but guess what? 1 shot on goal, he makes it to Hockey Bones. That's why you play Hockey Bones. Donnie Marcotte. I love Donnie Marcotte. Peter McNabb was great. Ricky Middleton. Probably my second favorite Bruin. Second favorite Bruin, Rick Middleton. You got to go Orr. Just I grew up with Orr. I love Orr. It's 1 and 1A. Middleton Nifty was so good. Milbury, Bob Miller, Terry O'Reilly, Clayton Packle, 4 shots on net. Brad Park, probably my favorite Ranger, Brad Park. And when he came to Boston, that was just great. Jean Rattel, another great Ranger Bruin. Bobby Schmatz. Sean Shanahan. Don't remember him, but he had 2 shots on goals and 7 penalty minutes. Greg Shepard, number 19. Used to love Greg Shepard. I saw him. He scored from center ice on Bernie Perrant. Took a slap shot from center ice and beat Bernie Perrant. I remember that. Al Sims. Rick Smith still hanging around, 77. John Winsink. He lived in my town when I was a kid. Cheevers and Gilbert and Ronnie Graham. And, even they get Jim Petty. Played 1 game. And Jim Petty's in there. Interesting. So that is your 77-78 Boston Bruins. And those Bruins broke your heart too, Joshua? Yep, I hear you. So that is that. So here's a quick recap of what I got. This is kind of a hat trick. All right, let me zoom out so you can kind of see everything here. So I got a hat trick of stuff. So I got the 77-78 Hockey Bones cards. Listener of the show and I worked out a deal, and so it helped him out, helped me out. That's a season I don't have. Okay, then I got more stands from Victor, and okay, that's the old one, and that's the reinforced one. So you can see how they work out really well. So I can't wait to use these. And now that I have more of them, as long as I take care of my older ones and I don't break them again, I can get these set up for Apple football. Yeah, that's going to be fun for Apple football. And then last but not least, I got myself the 3d6 hockey. And to go along with the baseball, I got a bunch of the colored players here for different jerseys. So again, you can use red for fast and blue for slow and white for medium if you want. I love how they have 2 sides on some of these here. That was brilliant. Hell, brilliant. He thinks of things I never think of. And he sent me a whole bunch of colors too, so I can use them for the different, you know me, I like to doll things up and put logos and colors. So now I can have the different teams out there if I want. So depending on the game, if I'm using Apple, I probably want to have fast and slow. But if I'm playing other games that don't really matter, I can just put the team colors and it should be a good time. So quite the haul. Quite the haul. Everything finally came in before Christmas. I'm happy about that. And I like how the puck goes back and forth. It does. So I'm going to get some shootout going. I'm going to have the shootout, and I'm going to use this here on the channel. But I need to create some things here, though. I need to now print out some more blue stuff to go with the green for baseball. So I'll have to print out some hockey names here and get some shootout hockey going and some Stone Cold and use that as my score sheet and my clock. I kind of like that. So I got my clock here, my period, and the whole bit. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this right here. So let me get rid of that. Whoop. There we go. Wrong one. Let me get rid of that, and then I'll come back over here. And so so that is that. So a lot of goodies here today. Again, I this Black Friday I did a mixture of seasons and games and accessories, and I would consider these, except for the Hockey Bones accessories. So I'm just waiting on my Chris White box of goodies myself. That should be another fun one to open. I can't wait to get that one. That'll get some of my envelopes for some of the seasons I got for Apple, and a couple other surprises in there as well. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so I'll just stay on a couple of minutes. I don't want to stay on too late tonight because I was on earlier with Clay and Ron as we talked about season ticket football. That was a fun time. But I got my new NHL hat too. I like this old logo, so I got the hat. That was another Black Friday sale. So I got a few new hats you'll see me wear here on the channel. Didn't get any pennants. Didn't get any new pennants yet. I did get some D2D merchandise though. So I got my Digital Dice mug. It's the nice red one, although it looks like my dice cup. So I got to be careful. I had the dice. I almost put them in the cup here. I was like, I don't want to get my cocoa all messed up. But that is that. So I hope you guys all had a good Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I know that was last week, but we did the wrap-up show and it looked like things went pretty well. So I'm kind of hoping that it went well for you guys. I'm still getting some of my stuff in. I still have a few things that haven't arrived. Kind of surprised at that because it's been a while. But so let me just go to the chat room here and just say hi to some people. So Dave Little, he was first. That's that a boy, Davey. That a boy. And Michael comes by. And Barbara coming by as well. Thanks for coming by, Barbara. And let's see who else stopped by. Gus. Gus likes the hockey rink. Yeah, I did like the hockey rink too. And that was Chris early who said he got the baseball scoreboard. Are you liking it, Chris? If you're still here chatting, Chris, are you liking a scoreboard? I love it. I love it. It just this thing here, I'm a visual guy when I play, and I've used the notebook before and just keep track of it, but I still like to have the scoreboard in front of me in the innings. It works well, and especially when I put the overhead camera on and I stream it. At least you guys can see the score and who's on base and the innings and the outs, and just that's what you need. And I think for cards and dice, it's fantastic. And even when I'm not online, I'll pull it out and use it because I just like it so much. I really do. And so now I get the same for hockey. So I got some pretty fun things here. I really do like the baseball guys too. The runners that I got. So who else is here? And then so that was Michael talking about active, stoic, and neutral for history maker baseball. Well, Michael, your job, one of your jobs in May, unless we see each other beforehand. I'm hoping to come down beforehand. I'd like to come down beforehand, at least grab dinner or something. I told the wife we'd get away and stay at that hotel for a night and kick around. I want you to show me the History Maker baseball. I've played it. I tried it a little bit and I struggled with it. And I just haven't gone back to it yet. So I'm kind of hoping that you can kind of, like we talked about with Clay, you watch somebody play it and it's so much better than just trying to learn on your own. So you might have to do that. You might have to help me out with that, and look and see if we can make that shine for me or not. And let's see here. And he says Trouba wasn't not a good captain for the Rangers. Interesting. I'm not really sure about that. I'm going to change the color here to blue. We're talking a little bit of hockey tonight, so we're going to go blue. I think that works. All right, that works. Back to the chat here. Still getting used to this new setup. I think I'm getting a little bit better at it. Although you have to check every time you use this. With StreamYard, always fired up for you. This time, you always have to check your video and your audio every single time to make sure. And not many remember the old face-off engine. Yeah, no, that was Hockey Bones before it was Hockey Bones. As Joshua says, the Bruins broke his heart. Hello from Vancouver. And Joshua says he has the same those face-off hockey game in the 70s there. I never knew about it. I wish I did. I never knew about it. But I do now. And Chris is setting up a game to play soon. Nice. Wait, so what teams you playing? And what game are you playing? I'm assuming History Maker Baseball, but I could be wrong. And Clem still has the original blue chart. Interesting. That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys still have that stuff. So now I'm going to go and print out all my my names now. I can't just have home and guest. I got to print out all the hockey names. I can use a lot of the football names and just swap the color. But I'm going to have to make them all blue now, and I'm going to have to put in some of the hockey names, like Quebec and teams that there's no football cities with, but I'm going to have to go and do that. This is what I'm going to have to do. I just don't know what shade of blue and what program I'm going to use. I just picked up a new graphic program. This graphic program, I've ever heard of Corel Draw. I used it back in the 90s, and I liked it. It was fun. It was simple. I think I had Corel Draw 3, and I worked at a trophy shop, and they used Corel Draw, so I got pretty good at Corel Draw, and then I got away from it, and now they want, I don't know, like $300 or $400 a year just to use it. I'm like, yeah. And there was this video game service is called Humble Bundle. If you ever heard of Humble Bundle, every now and then they have regular software, and so for $30 or $35 you could get Corel Draw, the basic version. I was like, perfect. I still have stuff on hard drives that I made with Corel back in the day that I can't open. Well, now I can. So I'm pretty happy about if I need to get back into any of my old stuff. And Corel is just so easy to work with. The Infinity stuff is not bad. I like the Infinity publisher and the Infinity designer. They're okay. They do some good things, but I just had better luck with Corel. I thought it was easier. And let's see. D. Scott, hello from Bellingham. Oh, nice. We got some West Coasters here tonight. And Chris, it is History Maker Baseball, the 20X Leap set, LA, San Francisco. What is that? I saw that Leap set. They did the Keith did the video on that. I didn't know what it was. Honestly, I don't know what that is. That the whole leap set thing, and I'm just don't know what it was. I know it was baseball, and so I probably wasn't going to get it because I'm not like I say, baseball is kind of a secondary sport for me. But I didn't know what that was. After Face Off, it was sold. I believe it became Confro Hockey. I'm not sure what it was. That I'm not sure. I know Tim did a whole video on that there and what it was and the name of it and the whole bit and how it the iteration, but I'm not really sure where it went. All I know is that I have the 77, 78 set. Did I get that in APA? Yeah, I do have it in APA. But I think, yeah, there was only one in Hockey Blast I was looking to get. And I think it was 77, 78. So that's the one that I have right now. So I'm pretty rounded out with the drive-through Hockey Bones cards. I don't like to get the newer seasons. I'm not a big fan of the newer ones. So like any of the teens and stuff, I probably wouldn't get. But I do like this here. And I love the little guys here and the whole bit. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here on the table. So again, I got all my little runners here for baseball. I really like that. That's my not the old one, but the one I've already shown off. That's the hockey that I got. So a lot of interesting stuff here on the table, including all my stands. So yeah, quite the haul here today. And there's all my blue numbers. So I'll be using blue numbers now. I can get the Ziploc baggies out for that. So that's what I had here on the tabletop. Robert comes by. Hi, Robert. Hopefully things are going well for you today. And what else did Joshua say? Dave Arlington explained the history when Dave and Ron had him on last year. Yeah, I think he did. I think you're right about that. So he probably explained a lot of what's going on. But anyway, we had a terrific talk with Clay Dresslock tonight about season ticket football. A little bit of season ticket baseball. We get a little bit of news from that too. So that was kind of fun to get him going on that. And the season ticket football is fun to hear some of the inner workings about how we come up with that and how we wanted to do it and the whole bit. So pretty good interview. It's about an hour and a half long. We talked with Clay asked a lot of questions. I had a lot of questions. Ron had questions. Facebook had questions, and the chat room had questions. So we hit him with a lot of questions. So we didn't let him breathe at all. We got like 90 minutes of questions out of him. So it was kind of fun. And he's supposed to come to Digital to DiceCon in May, and I said, "You hopefully you bring in season ticket baseball and season ticket football." And he said, "Yeah." And who knows? Maybe by then he'll have some college stuff ready and get that going, and maybe more. You never know. You never know. But it was interesting talking to him about how we come up with, ratings and things like that, and it was pretty impressive. It was a fun conversation with Clay. A lot of things I was unaware of, and he made clear about a few things. So it was fun. It was a fun conversation and learned a lot. I learned a lot about the game, learned a lot about designing games and the whole bit. So yeah, fun times there. So anyway, but I just wanted to jump on and do my unboxing because I want to put the stuff away and start using it. And I like to unbox the stuff that people send me so we can all take a look at it together. And that is that. So again, one last thing here. And we'll just kind of get everything on the table all at once. So that's what I got here. That's what I got. We got the that I already had, but I got the hockey with the numbers. Victor sent me more of these holders here. They are the new holders. Again, that's the older one, and that's the newer one that's got much more support. So yes, there is that. And then I call them the Army men, the little Army men, the baseball men for my baseball field, and then 77, 78 hockey bones. So that is that. So wanted to jump on and get that stuff shown off. And again, if you need any of the stuff, if you want the hockey or the baseball or the football, 3d6-Gaming.com. I think I have just about everything except the soccer right now, and I use them all. Love them all. I even got the Canadian football one. I've only used that once, but it still was fun. And the holders, these holders are great. Again, they hold everything. Strat, APA, Season ticket. They all hold payoff pitch. What else did I have on there? I think I had every game that I play. And they hold everything. They're great. They don't hold a full sheet of paper, but all the cards, they will hold everything. So that is that. All right. So thanks for tuning in. Dave Little, thanks for coming by. Joshua, Barbara, Robert, Clams and Stuff, D. Scott. Chris came by as well. And Gandalf 007. I want to thank everybody for coming by. David C. stopped by. Gus, Michael. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I'm trying to scroll through real quick here, but I just want to get the stuff opened up. All right, so that is that. So now I can start showing off more games. I do have a busy day tomorrow and a busy night. So next 24 to 36 hours is going to be crazy. Maybe I'll slip on either Friday or Saturday night, and maybe I'll play some shootout and show off my new hockey scoreboard here. So pretty excited about that. All right, I'm Dave. Thanks for tuning in. And again, Digital to Dice 247. We recorded that tonight live with Clay. We talked season ticket football. And Sean jumps in late, so you get a quick shout out. Thanks for coming by, Sean. And yeah, so I got to go put all this stuff away. I'm Dave. Have a good night. Bye-bye.